Hello everyone, welcome to WB Institution, the online education app. Up to now, we have seen design of mission element under fluctuating stresses. Here, fluctuating stresses where it is meant by sigma m is not equal to 0. So, in designing of mission element under fluctuating loads, this topic is very important topic. Now, in this, let us take a graph in between sigma a and sigma m, which is mean stress and the stress amplitude. So, at mean stress, sigma a will be equal to 0. At amplitude stress, sigma m will be equal to 0. So, in sigma m, what we get, that is endurance strength, and at the sigma m, what values we get is yield strength in tension and ultimate strength in tension. So, at the time of conducting the experiment, we get the values of the failure points. So, by joining all the failure points will be represented as shown here. The cross mark which are shown here, these are the failure points which are observed from the conducting the experiment. So, by joining this line, the SUT and SE, so if we draw a parabola in these 2 points, by joining these 2 points, then we get a parabola. This parabola is known as Gerber's parabola. So, here in this Gerber's parabola, it is very nearest to the failure points, and if a point is located at this point, then we get, if the stresses are varied at that point, then the failure will be happen in the mission element. So, it is very dangerous equation. Now, also the parabolic equation which we can take for solution, that will be somewhat difficult, a little difficult than the straight line. So, by joining a straight line from endurance strength to ultimate strength, if we draw a line, then that line is known as Goodman's line. So, by comparing these two lines, that is Gerber's parabola and Goodman's line, which is more conservative? Obviously, it is Goodman's line. Now, it is about Gerber's parabola and Goodman's line. Let us take a point, a strength which is a fatigue strength which is located in between SYT and SUT. Now, let us take a ductile material. So, if we calculate the stresses for the ductile material, then the mission element will yields. So, here we are not considering in Goodman's line about the yielding. For considering the yielding point, for yield point which is applicable in ductile materials, we have to draw a line which is better than, which is more conservative than the ultimate strength, that is up to yield strength. Now, if we draw a line from endurance strength to yield strength, we get a line which is known as Soderberg's line. So, these three criteria are very important. Now, let us take a point in this location. So, in this location, all the three criteria will be acceptable. So, hence this design, so the design and in this point will be safest design. Now, let us see what are the equations which will be generated for solving all these three equations on basis of three criteria. First is Soderberg's criteria. So, it is an equation of a line. The equation of a line is given by x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So, what is x, what is a, what is y and what is b in this graph? From this graph we can take these values. X is nothing but, this is the x axis, that is sigma m, this is y axis, that is sigma a. So, sigma m, sigma a. Now, we are drawing a line in this Soderberg's line, we are drawing a line from SE to SYT. A is nothing but the value which lies on the x axis, that is SYT. Now, B is the value which lies on the y axis, that is SE. Now, if we substitute these values here, then we get sigma m by SYT plus sigma a by SE is equal to 1. Now, for considering, this is the border. So, at the border conditions, the equation is this one. and if we consider lesser than these values, then we have to consider the value of factor of safety. So if we give the factor of safety for this equation, then the equation becomes as sigma m divided by SYT by factor of safety plus sigma a divided by SC divided by factor of safety is equal to 1. So this equation can also be written as sigma m by SYT plus sigma a by SC is equal to 1 by FOS. So this is the equation which is given by Soderberg's criteria. Now this criteria is applicable for ductile materials, which yielding can be considered in material. So for brittle materials we can choose Goodman's line. So for Goodman's line, what is the equation? So it is similar to the Soderberg's criteria, but we are considering it for the ultimate strength. So just replacing the yield strength, in the place of yield strength if we substitute ultimate strength, then we get the equation for Goodman's criteria, that is sigma m by SUT plus sigma a by SE is equal to 1 by FOS. So this criteria, Goodman's criteria, is applicable for brittle materials. The next parabola equation, that is Gerber's parabola. So this Gerber's criteria, it has a parabolic equation which is given by x by a whole square plus y by b is equal to 1. So what is x, what is a? We have seen earlier. X is sigma m, a is SUT, and y is sigma a, and b is SE. Here we have to submit whole square. So if we consider the factor of safety, then we get the equation as this one, and if we further solve this equation, we get the final value FOS into sigma m by SUT whole square plus FOS into sigma a divided by SE is equal to 1. So this is the generalized equation under Gerber's criteria. So this is entirely about design of mission element under fluctuating stresses. But in the previous year's question papers, from last 3 to 4 years question papers, we are getting a question on the topic modified Goodman's criteria. So what is this modified Goodman's criteria? So you can see any question paper in the GATE examinations in 2017 or 18. This modified Goodman's criteria, they will ask a question based on this. Now what is this exactly? Here if we see Soderberg's line, it is more conservative than comparing to Goodman's line and Gerber's parabola. So for more conservative, the size of the mission element will also be increased. Say for 100 mm of the ultimate strength, yield strength is given for an shaft. So if we give 130 mm diameter, that is okay, not a great deal. So if we give 200 mm, then the size of the mission element will be larger. So on these conditions, more conservative equation cannot be used, so which will increase the cost of the mission element and the weight also increases. So for solving this problem, we use a equation like this. The same conditions which are taken, so we consider also SYT in y axis. So by joining the line SYT and SYT in x axis and y axis respectively, then we get a line. That line is known as Langer's line. So by joining Langer's line and Goodman's line, we derive a equation which will be somewhat better than Soderberg's line. So we need maximum factor of safety, then we can go for Soderberg's equation. But if we need some lesser conservative than Soderberg's equation, then we can go for modified Goodman's criteria. So the line joining Langer's line and Goodman's line, the common area between these two lines, that is here it is shown in an hatching position. This area, which we can call it as modified Goodman's criteria equation. So let us write the equation for Langer's line as similar to Goodman's line. So the equation of the line is given by x by a plus y by b equal to 1. Here a and b are same, that is SYT. So the equation can be written as sigma m plus sigma a divided by SYT equal to 1 by factor of safety. So now we are comparing these two equations, that is Langer's equation and Goodman's equation. So if we compare these two equations, we get two different values for factor of safety. Which one should we consider as the final result? So we have to consider the minimum value of factor of safety as the final result. So in terms of factor of safety, if in the question they have asked for to calculate the area for the modified Goodman's criteria, then we have to choose the answer which is maximum area. So the maximum area will be selected under modified Goodman's criteria. Now let us solve a problem on basis of all criteria. So mission element is subjected to fluctuating stress which varies from minus 50 megapascal to 150 megapascal. So here SUT, SYT and SE are 600 megapascal, 400 megapascal and 300 megapascal respectively. Find factor of safety according to all criteria. So in terms of static load, first for solving a problem we used to calculate the principal stresses, that is sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3. In the same way, in fluctuating loads we have to calculate initially the values of mean stress and the stress amplitude. So the mean stress is given by sigma max plus sigma minimum divided by 2 and the stress amplitude is given by sigma max minus sigma minimum divided by 2. So here sigma max is 150 megapascal and sigma minimum will be minus 50 megapascal. So if we substitute these values, then we get sigma m as 50 megapascal and stress amplitude sigma a as 100 megapascal. So now we substitute all these values sigma m, sigma a, SUT, SYT and SE in all the criteria. First criteria is Soderberg's criteria. So in this criteria, the equation for calculating the FOS is given by sigma m by SYT plus sigma a by SE is equal to 1 by FOS. So here we know the value for sigma m, SYT, sigma a and SE. The only unknown value will be FOS. So if we substitute these values, 150 divided by 400 plus 100 divided by 300 equal to 1 by FOS. So if we calculate this equation, then we get the value of FOS according to Soderberg's criteria. In a similar way, for Goodman's criteria, we know the equation, that is sigma m by SUT plus sigma a by SE equal to 1 by FOS. Now we know all the values except factor of safety. If we substitute the values, we get 50 by 600 plus 100 by 300 equal to 1 by FOS. By solving this equation, we get the value of FOS in terms of Goodman's criteria. So the values of FOS in Goodman's criteria and Soderberg's criteria will be differed. Why? Because here we have taken ultimate strength and in Soderberg's equation we have taken yield strength. Now what happens in Gerberg's criteria? So in this criteria, it is the equation of the parabola which is given by FOS into sigma m divided by SUT whole square plus FOS into sigma a divided by SE equal to 1. So substituting the values, we get FOS into 50 divided by 600 whole square plus FOS into 100 divided by 300 equal to 1. So by solving this equation, we get the value of FOS under Gerberg's criteria. Now in the last we have seen Langer's criteria. So under Langer's criteria, we know the equation, that is sigma m plus sigma a divided by SYT equal to 1 by FOS. By substituting these values, we get the values of 50 plus 150 divided by 400 equal to 1 by FOS. So by solving this equation, we get the value of factor of safety under Langer's criteria. So why we need to calculate the Langer's criteria? So in the examination questions, they may ask what is the factor of safety under modified Goodman's criteria. So for that we have to give a solution. We have to calculate Langer's criteria and Goodman's criteria, and the factor of safety by comparing with both the equations, whichever is the least one. Say it is 2.1 and it is 2.5. So what does what does the exact equation gives? That is the minimum value for the modified Goodman's line. So here the minimum value, let us say this is an example, we have to calculate and write the correct value. So this is an example, if it is 2.1, it is a minimum value of FOS. Then we can say the modified Goodman's line criteria, the value of FOS is 2.1. So today we have seen entirely about design of a mission element under fluctuating loads. Up to now we have covered design of mission element under static loads and design of mission element under fluctuating loads. In the coming classes we will discuss about design of bearings, clutches, shafts, etc. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to WB Institution for more videos.